Peace family, welcome back to the page. My name is No for Vote. If this is your first time viewing the page, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, if you are a returning subscriber, I appreciate you for coming back, returning to the community and a place where we can all just, continue to all spiritually enlighten each other, because y'all give me spiritual enlightenment as well, as far as motivation to just keep going, and just daily words of encouragement and just acknowledgement, just knowing that my work is appreciated and it just continues to help me strive. Sorry, get out the go. It continues to help me strive and reach my goals faster, which my goal is to at least have 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if anything, I might have to change up some things just to help it progress more, so it can manifest more, with more expeditiously and immediately. But we're gonna talk about a couple of things today, family. Mostly gonna be talking about vibrations and things of that sort, because y'all know that's my favorite go-to. I just love the sense of vibrations and things that I got my good sage over here, so we're gonna get the sage started. You did? I had to hit it just in case I want to use it. I kind of noticed, I don't know if I ever used one before, but it starts with the red root chakra and goes up to the purple, which is like more crown chakra energy, things of that sort. So we're gonna get it in. If you haven't saged or anything, this is just gonna be your sage too. I'm finna sage the surrounding. I'm actually changing the vibrational state of this by heating it up. I'm giving it a different frequency just by me placing my wheel on it. You did. But like I said, we're gonna open it up correctly. Peace to all the gods and goddesses of the planet. Peace to all the kings and the queens. Peace to all the prince and the princesses. Peace to all the high vibrational human beings. Peace to all the angelic beings and the ancestors and the gods known and unknown, and my ancestors known and unknown. May peace be upon all of us, and we continue to strive, continue to prosper, rich in abundance for our year, my year, your year. Getting on some of those frequencies. But anyways, let's jump right into it. Now we all saved up and everybody good now. Everybody good. Put this right here. I'm gonna try to keep it going as the video go, but if something happened, then it just goes out of something, All right, let's get it in. So first thing first, family. The soul is magnetism. And we kind of go up in the difference between having a soul and having a spirit. We're gonna go into that today. And I'm gonna explain things that make it, and I'm gonna just give you some current events. I currently am going through semen retention and things of that sort. Honestly, I'm trying to stop smoking and stuff at that sort. So by doing that, my the neuron paths in my brain, as far as what it's used to doing and what it's going to change, it's going to alter my states of consciousness and also my states of reality. My brain is going to have to come up with other ways to try to intrigue me or give me my dopamine for the day, because usually I get my dopamine through, let's say, smoking. But since I'm not doing that, I'm not getting that quick burst I had worked out this morning. When you're on semen retention and things of that sort, because I only think I've been, this time at least, it's just been a week so far. So within this week, I have been very more productive. I got to work 2 hours early for no reason. I stayed late, probably like an hour late. Came 2 hours early, left 2 hours late. Now you may think that these things are just random, but these things that I never really, not gonna say I ain't have to do, but I ain't, it wasn't called for at the time. So whenever it happened, I just be like, I still be pretty ecstatic every time. I definitely do. But going into these altered states of consciousness, I don't know if anyone ever heard of the Gateway Experience, but it's just basically helping people astral project and be able to talk to their spiritual self even more in depth, because we do these things, but they're helping you train your body and train your mind to be able to do these things faster and actually know what you're doing instead of just maybe just meditating. Just to meditate. It's guided meditation, so it's more following a rubric and you're going to get better every time as you go along with that that experience. And like I said, with y'all being magnetism, first I kind of feel like I want to go into this, what's the soul and what's the spirit. So mostly everything around you has spirit. Everything, literally. Spirit is nothing but a vibration of this plane. So that's what separates human beings from the gods and things of that sort, because we all have this certain physique or body, physical shaped body, but the hardwiring gets different. The software is different. The hardwire look the same, but the software is different. And even the hardware looks different. So as far as spirit, everything has spirit. Like this piece of paper has spirit. It has a vibration on it, and it's actually moving, even if it looks like it's at a standstill. Like I said about this, like I changed it from a solid to a smoke, which is more of a vapor or more of a frequency of that, a vibration, which is actually just raising the vibration of it, transmuting it. Now it's gonna become ether, or it's gonna be somebody gonna breathe it in like me, and now it's turning into, it's part of me now, because it's transmuted. So spirit is simply that. It's just this free energy that's in the universe. This soul that we speak of is the soul is basically a sun. A sun is basically what we call stars. But this sun, it has magnetism, just the same way that the planets revolve around the sun, because the sun has magnetism, and it's pulling them in and it's pushing them out at the same time. It's kind of like a perfect balance. So with this perfect balance, it's good, of course, because the sun because it's not immortal, meaning that it don't burn forever. It's not necessarily just the most perfectest thing in the universe, but still we embody that and we use it and because it's in us, then it becomes more of immortal, because we are immortal beings. It's not the actual sun that is the immortal being. It's us. We are what makes up the immortal, and then we created the suns, but we was already immortal. So with the electromagnetic field of the earth being 7.5 hertz, and your body having a vibration also of 7.5 hertz at certain states of consciousness, you can actually, this is the best way to use telepathy, things of that sort. That's why once you start tapping into this, you will be able to use telepathy even better. You don't have to speak to someone, because y'all will be speaking non-verbally, and it seems like when y'all talk, the conversation just catches up in a way, because the conversation has already happened. Y'all are simply just playing out an old enactment of what had already happened. And I noticed that yesterday and things of that sort, because like I said in my last video, see, this is why I ain't really know too much of a relationship person, at least when I'm kind of in my zone, because they can throw you off, especially on your if they not on the journey also, then they can throw you off the journey, because some people don't know how to act. They don't. So sometimes, like I had told folks, I'm like, hey, I'm on a certain particular journey that I cannot really indulge in these low vibrational energies. Because as soon as I get home, meditation, and it's guided meditations too. So I feel like they're actually working too, because I also keep a dream journal. I feel like you should keep a dream journal also. But my dream journal, I'm able to retain more information, as in whenever I go into the dream state or whenever I go into these altered states of consciousness, I'm able to retain more energy and retain more of the information that's needed for me to actually, because I asked when I did my guided meditation, I asked my spirit, and I asked my, not spirit, I asked my soul certain questions, because the spirit, a little roach has a spirit, an ant has a spirit, a worm has a spirit, a little earthworm with no eyes, it has spirit. That's not what makes you a god. It's not the spirit. The spirit is just part of the elements that we created when we was creating the earth and things of that sort. We got your fire spirit, you got water spirit, earth spirit, and air spirit, plasma energy, or plasma spirit. These are just different forms of energy, or hertz, or light waves. That's why you can only perceive certain light waves, is because you're on that frequency also. You're not gonna see a certain vibrational hertz because it's not in your vibrational field at all. Energy is a force without limits, without dimensions, and without form. This particular energy. There are two types of energy. It's the energy that me and you are using, and then it's another energy called the absolute energy. And with the absolute, this is this particular energy at rest. So let's say you throw a ball up in the air, like a little tennis ball, softball, whatever you want to do. Ooh, you throw it up in the air. You producing the energy to cause it to go up. But if you think of, it's that point where it stops, where it's not doing nothing, even if that's for a millisecond. That's called the absolute. So when it's going up, bow, stops, absolute energy. Come back down, you catch it, boom, drops in your hand for about 2 seconds where it's not moving. Even if it's for a millisecond, that's gonna be the absolute. No motion is motion because it's still spinning on its own axis, because the atoms that are inside of that being are still spinning. So that's when you just, the absolute energy at rest, but it still has motion. This is mostly what you're gonna see as far as like, you got your material energy. Material energy is in motion. Absolute energy is at rest. And that's the difference. But for the most part, what you need to pull up out of there are the information that you need to grasp from that is trying to get back more to the absolute, the energy at rest. And that's where it circles all right back around to meditation. Everything circles right back around. And then, like I said, you can use the guided meditations. You can use just meditating on subliminals. You can meditate on just spirit sounds, which would be like such a water, crackling of a fire, natural sounds, ocean crashing, the ocean's crashing against the shore type stuff. And that's when you're gonna actually be able to tap into this, what they like to call the genius level. Because with me going through retention and things of that sort, I've been noticing more. And like I said, the dopamine in your brain, because you have two sides to your brain, you have more of a, just like for the cosmos, it has a hologram side, which if you study the Gateway Project, which you can look up on the internet, is it was a CIA governmental project where they actually studied astral travel and things of that sort. So when your brain releases these chemicals are experiences. And you can either get your dopamine from, like I said, you can wake up and just smoke or do something that just gives you that dopamine effect, which is kind of like the happiness. Or you can make your body work for it and it's gonna naturally create a dopamine effect. And that dopamine effect could be a compliment, it could be someone giving you some money, but you won't receive these dopamines that you're supposed to receive if you create shortcut dopamines. And that's what you don't want, is them shortcuts. No shortcuts in life. I mean, if you cancel out the illusion of there being a long distance, then you won't need a shortcut. You just think you need a shortcut because you feel like it's a long way. But if you stop having the mindset of difficulty and of not having things, then it will help you cancel out that. Because even with semen retention, and all just, especially on the internet, every time you cut on the internet, it's a girl. You can't, as soon as you wake up, it's a girl throwing cake, or she got on just beach attire, looking like she finna go to the beach or something, but she just simply just chilling. But you have to be strong in this. You can't really let these vibrations get to you. You can't let me not having that mess up the message. It's not about how I'm saying it. Well, it's not about, specifically what. Both of them do matter. What I'm saying and how I'm saying it does matter. But I feel like people need to matter more about what the person's saying versus how they saying it. Like somebody cursing there a little bit, they be like, oh no, he talking crazy. No, I could throw some cuss words in there if I want to. It don't really matter. What is a curse word? We created all the words. We gave them the alphabet, the alpha and the beta system. So nothing is a curse unless you actually saying something lower vibration over a spirit or over a soul. Because they probably don't even count for spirits. The soul cancels out the spirit. First, when you was just moving around, you didn't know what was going on in the world, you was probably just a spirit. You had a soul, but it's dormant. It's not unlocked. It's like a code in the game that you at the beginning, first level, and you ain't even thought about a soul. So you just moving off a spirit. Your spirit can give you conscious information though, because it is come from the air frequency, and the air is consciousness. So when you breathing that in, you breathing in consciousness. Know that it's not just air, it's consciousness. It's a force of nature. It has spirit, just like the same thing. Like I said, it animates the things. They do certain things. They smart. They think all this is coming from the spirit. Everything has spirit, vibration that moves on the physical earth. Everything. If it's on Earth, or it's in our up in our universe, or up inside of this galaxy, then most likely it's gonna have spirit. And that's what you gotta pretty much grasp from that information. Which they haven't came into, which I kinda came up with. The dopamine gives you effects in real life, kinda on my own. Like I said last night, I was just doing some thinking, and it just popped up in my brain, wrote it down. I'm like, I'm gonna share that with the family, because I feel like that was valuable information, and some information that people can really grasp on and use. You got your tachyons, which are faster than the speed of light. These things can only be tapped into. Like I said, you have to be a very powerful being to be able to tap into these energies. You have to be the most high vibrational. And like I said, with these retention and things of that sort, it's changed up my eating. Like even though I did notice it, like you always feel a little lesser of yourself after you get through, pleasuring yourself in that manner. But let's say instead of pleasuring yourself in that manner, you did some push-ups, you did a skincare routine, you did something that can actually help your self-care, that's going to be added on to yourself. The skincare routine is added on. It's not taking nothing away from you. If anything, you're going to spend a couple of minutes to just do it. But once you done did it, it's added on to you. It's not making you feel lower vibration, make you feel higher vibration. Now you feel like you can you feel like you got the best skin in the room, you glowing, you got that kind of feeling. But if you do the other thing, if you indulge in, lower vibration energies, then that's when you're gonna receive lower vibrational outcomes. And you just your feelings be off, and it's not a good feeling. I don't know. That's why with this retention, it's just been about a week now, but it don't take long for you to start to see the effects of it. Like I said last week, I'm coming to work 10 minutes on, 10 minutes ahead. Now I'm 2 hours ahead, just because there's certain energy in me and it's keeping me up, and I gotta get out the house, and it's just like I gotta go somewhere. Let me just go ahead and just chill at work a couple of minutes, really a couple of hours before everybody get here. And I had a productive day, so it's just like, what else could you ask for? What else could you ask for when you doing this stuff? God is giving you the keys in order for you to unlock a different experience, because you got two different times. You have an abundance of timelines happening at the same time, but we just not aware because they at different vibrational levels. Like we have this Earth that's at 7.5 hertz, but another alternate universe might have 13 hertz, and they vibrating at a 13 hertz level. Everything. And in order for you to raise yourself up to that 13 level, which will help you realize the actual, because that's when it's gonna actually change up its physical shape. When you start to vibrate at this level. That's why if you listening to these certain subliminal messages and you only put in good in your ear, only good is gonna come in your ear. If that makes any sense. I noticed that too. You're gonna start noticing a lot of different things. Like I said, I noticed when I put good energy in my ear and I'm just listening to positivity, it seems like the conversations that I randomly hear be positive too. Like I just be having a random conversation and it'll be something positive. Or it might be the opposite. It just all depends on, where you at with it. Can you ignore the negativity that's going on at the same time around you? Why you're focused on the bigger picture. And I kind of thought about that too. People want to say like, since, because we had this certain boom, I think it was in the 80s and stuff like that. We had a boom up in our economy. So whenever we had this boom from like the 80s, probably up into the early 90s, this boom helped us produce a lot of money in the United States. Most of these skyscrapers and buildings and things of that sort was built off the boom that happened in the United States. You can look it up. So, because that's what helped industrialize us in general. That's when they came up with the assembly line for cars, and just the industrial energy went crazy. So once this happened, at first it was mostly, like I said, men working inside of these facilities. So we're kind of seeing results of that happened. We seeing the results of what the work that they put in. We feel like it's our work that created this reality that we're currently in, but it's the people of the past, or not even that far ago, probably like 40 years ago, that created the current timeline that we're in. Because if they didn't do what they were supposed to do during that time, then this timeline wouldn't be as advanced as it is. So you have to take it like that. And you have to look at it currently. Are we progressing more, or are we progressing less? And honestly, I feel like we progressing less. It's not as much. We're not the biggest industry manufacturers. Like, we just another people manufacturing goods. So with that being said, you have to look into what it's gonna look like 20 years from now or 40 years from now. Is it gonna be still as nice, pleasant? Because they couldn't even rebuild a Twin Tower. They had to just create like a little replica Twin Towers, because they was the tallest buildings. At the time, it was the tallest buildings in New York. But you say they couldn't rebuild it. They made some kind of, they showed you the new, that was the old leaving and the new coming in. It's just, is not as pleasant, and it's kind of, they show you these things, but it's just people don't really pick up on it because they're not conscious. They think more, oh, we glad that we got something that's kind of like it, but then you have to think about, what is it really doing? What is that really trying to say? What's the subliminal message? It's all about the subliminal message. The message on top is just BS. The subliminal message is the real message. It's the message that's not being said, but it's being said. It's not being said, but you're hearing it. Because your subconscious has so much magnetism and things there, so that's why you have to tap in more. It can hear things that you can't hear, it can see things that you can't see, and you can be looking over here, it's gonna see behind your head. And you might have a vision of somebody like being negative or something like that, because they thoughts transfer to your aura field. Then your aura field translated that into a message for you. So you see somebody in your dream hating or ready to do something to you, and you thinking it's just a vision or a dream, but no, that's something that they put on you. That don't mean they gonna act it out, but they have had that reality thought before. So that's why it's even manifesting in the reality, or manifesting in your subconscious. And sometimes they just do it just to clear it out, so you can clear out these certain particular energies. Because to grow, you have to get rid of all that trauma and stuff that you went through already. All the trauma build up, all the childhood things that might not have went right. It all went right. You just have to grow from it and let it go. Grow from it, let it go. If something happened to a lizard tail get cut off, it gotta let it go. It's gonna grow back. It's gonna be the same length. If not, it's gonna be stronger. It's gonna be a stronger tail than the last one. That's why you have to just accept life as it is and continue to strive and prosper at the same time. Because God gonna make a way. You just have to stick to the plan and know that the vision is correct, no matter how it comes. You could be like, oh, I wanna be rich, but then you're only stuck in one reality of one way to get rich, instead of letting the universe work. And you just saying, I just wanna get money. I just wanna, become this particular person, and let the universe act it out how it's gonna act it out, because all it is a hologram anyways. So all you're doing is just having to wait for the actual pixels to catch up with you, because we are living in the past. The future is based on what you're doing right now. So if you're creating positivity, then your future is definitely gonna have positivity. If right now you're creating negativity, your future gonna be negative, because the future is the now and the now is the past. The future is now. What you're doing right now, this is what you're gonna be doing in the future. That's why I said we gotta start changing up our lifestyles. You gotta do these certain things, continue to do them. Don't just do it one time and stop. Every day, when you wake up, when you lay down, just like drinking water or doing some of these other things that you don't see as nothing, because it's something that you do every day. You don't think about how many breaths you took in a day. Like, it's just something that you do. It's embodied in you. It's who you are. And nobody can take that from you at the end of the day, because it's who you are, literally. But with that being said, family, I'm gonna get up out of here. It's about to be 30 minutes. This was a beautiful message. I just kind of wanted to just jump into it. I ain't even really planned it out too much, just jumped into it. I know it's gonna come out beautifully anyways. I had great information. I have great mentors and guides, so I always know everything is gonna work out in our favor. May this video get 1 million views. And if you're looking at this video in 2030, may it bring you encouragement and enlightenment, bring you consciousness on another level, and help you become a better version of yourself. At the same wise, I'm making a better version of myself. That being said, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Peace, family. Peace to all the gods and goddesses of the planet. Peace to all the kings and queens. Peace to all the princes and princesses. Peace to all my ancestors. Peace to all the ancestors known and unknown. Peace to all the gods known and unknown. Peace to the earth. Peace to Gaia. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.